Welcome back, my dear students. In last class, just we got to know what is the syllabus in dimensional analysis, and just we understood what is dimension and what is similitude and all. Now, in this class, we will go and understand what are primary quantities and secondary quantities. Okay. Look at here. First, what do you mean by primary quantities? Primary quantities, or you can say fundamental dimensions. Fundamental dimensions. Okay. And later we will study what are secondary quantities. Secondary quantities. Okay. Next, or otherwise, the secondary quantities are called as derived dimensions. Derived. Okay. Derived quantities we can call. Derived quantities. Right. Fundamental quantities are those which are very fundamental. For example, this mass is there. That mass is measured as what? Mass is measured in terms of kg, measured maybe in grams, in tons, okay, or it may be in quintals, okay. Like that, mass can be measured in these parameters by using these dimensions. Then we have length. Length is the parameter that is measured in terms of meter or kilometer or centimeter or feet or inch, or inch or yard, okay, like that. It can be measured in many forms. Okay. Now we have another very fundamental parameter, that is your time. That is your time. Time can be measured in terms of seconds or hours, days, years, like that, decades. This time can be measured this way. But these three are, whatever that these three are there here: mass and length and time. These three are very fundamental. Means in this universe, whatever you take, whatever the mathematical format or mathematical symbol you take, or parameter or quantity you take, and all the parameters you have to fit by these three only. That is your mass. In terms of mass you need to measure, or in terms of length you need to measure, or in terms of time you need to measure. Okay, you cannot escape from these three. And nowadays that international standard is included one more dimension to this fundamental dimensions, that is your temperature. Temperature is also an independent one. Okay, it is a independent parameter, and the temperature is measured in terms of degree centigrade. Okay, therefore we will consider it as a theta, degree centigrade. Understood? And what are the secondary quantities or derived quantities? Means your velocity is there, acceleration is there, and force is there, viscosity is there, dynamic and kinematic viscosities are there, or area is there, or volume is there. See how this area is measured? Area is measured as meter square, or I can say area is measured as length square. Length square. See, you used this fundamental quantity two times, that is length into length. Then how volume is measured? Length cube. Length cube. See, this length you are using cube, that is a volume you will get. Then how to measure this velocity? Velocity is a length covered by, distance covered by time. Then length and time you are using. This and this you are using. Length and time you are using. Like that. What is this force? Force is a mass into acceleration, means you are using mass. See, you are using mass. And acceleration is measured as meter per second square. You are using length, then you are using length. You are using second, time, you are using time. See, these all parameters: velocity, acceleration, force, viscosity, area, volume, these are all called as secondary quantities or derived dimensions, derived quantities, because these are derived by using these fundamental properties, fundamental dimensions. Okay, and how these dimensions are used, we don't know. They are independently, they are there. That is very mystery. You need to understand what you mean by 1 kg, why it is called as 1 kg only. 1 meter distance means that much, why it is called as 1 meter means that much only. A second we will measure it as a tick, tick, you know. Then why that tick is considered, how that is considered as 1 second, who agreed with these concepts, who agreed that saying this is 1 meter, you know. These are all the things you need to study. They are very fundamental things, you know. For this chapter you should know only this information, that mass and length, time, temperature are fundamental quantities, and the other quantities which are derived by these are all called as derived quantities. Understood? Now, when you come to international standards of this dimensional analysis, they say that mass we will call that as a capital M, and length fundamental quantity we will term it as a capital L, and time we will call it as a T. Okay, and temperature we will measure it as a theta, and these are all very important alphabets in dimensional analysis. The meaning of M indicates mass, the meaning of L indicates length, the meaning of T indicates time, and the theta is a temperature. And dimensions always we need to write in a square bracket, that is M L T, means it is maybe like a meter, sorry, kg meter second. And if you write M L T raised to minus 2, then it is meaning that kg meter per second square. See, T raised to minus 2 means time comes down, time square. Then if you want to measure meters cube, then it will be, its dimensions will be L cube. Understood? Like that we need to understand. And some derived quantities now only I will teach you, so that in further when we start the chapters, there it will be easier. You can consider directly the derived quantities, derived dimensions, and go ahead. These dimensions might be studied in your PU, pre-university courses and all. We have a geometric dimensions. For example, we have a area. Area is a geometric dimensions. It is unit is meter square. Therefore, it's a length square. We can call it as a length square. Therefore, its dimensions is L square. Like that. Volume, how you measure volume? Volume measured as a meter cube, and a length cube. You know, this is a length cube. Therefore, it is dimensions is L cube. Understood? Like that, moment of inertia is there. Moment of inertia unit is m power 4, meter power 4. Therefore, it is nothing but a length power 4. Dimensions we will call it as L power 4. Right? We have some other quantities like kinematic quantities. Okay, the kinematic quantities are like this. Kinematic quantities. The first one is velocity. Velocity, you already know, velocity unit is meter per second, or you can call it as a distance traveled. Distance traveled in a particular time. Therefore, distance is measured as a length, and time is a t. Therefore, the dimensions can be written as L t raised to minus 1. You need to write in a single line. Okay, and then we have a acceleration. We have that acceleration is rate of change of velocity. The unit is meter per second square. Unit is meter per second square. Therefore, meter means it is a length, and time minus 2. This is your dimension. Okay, like that we have a discharge. discharge. Discharge basic equation Q equal to A into V. If you don't remember this, at least you should know what is the discharge unit. Unit of the discharge is meter cube per second. Then meter means it is a length, therefore it is a length cube, divided by second is a time, therefore your dimensions is LQ T minus 1. This is your discharge. Understood? Like that, we have a kinematic viscosity. First we will study dynamic viscosity, dynamic quantities. In that one, dynamic viscosity, dynamic viscosity. Dynamic viscosity, if you know the unit directly, that is Newton meter square, Newton per meter square second, we can call it as a Pascal second. If you know this much, that is also enough. If you don't know this one, then go to the basics, that is shear stress is equal to mu into du by dy. You studied in fluid mechanics, where mu is equal to shear stress divided by du by dy. From this also you can get this unit. Say for example, this Newton per meter square shear stress, and velocity is meter per second, and this is 1 by meter. Meter cancel, Newton per meter square, s comes to the top, therefore this is the unit that you can call it as a Pascal seconds. If you don't know these all equations, at least you should know what is the unit of dynamic viscosity, that is Newton second per meter square. Then how to write the dimension for Newton? We don't know. Then Newton is a force. Force unit is a Newton. Then force is a mass into acceleration. Mass symbol is m. Acceleration already known in a previous slide, that is L t raised to minus 2. Then this is your force dimension. That is your mL t raised to minus 2 is a force dimension. Means in the place of Newton I can write this. Then what is your dynamic viscosity? Dynamic viscosity equal to mL t raised to minus 2, that is your n, and divided by meter square, that is L square, and into time. Then your answer is, this L square comes to the top, minus 2, or L cancel, minus 1, therefore m L raised to minus 1 and t raised to minus 1. This is a dimension of dynamic viscosity. That is your dynamic viscosity. Then if you know dynamic viscosity, you can kind of find out the kinematic viscosity. Kinematic viscosity is what? Dynamic viscosity by G. G is a, sorry, not G, this is a rho, and mu we know, that is a dynamic viscosity mL minus 1 t raised to minus 1, and rho, the unit of rho is what? Rho is kg per meter cube, kg per meter cube. Therefore the rho dimensions are meter length minus 3. Therefore if you write here, that is dynamic viscosity is a m L raised to minus 1 t raised to minus 1 divided by m L raised to minus 3. Then it will be mm cancelled, cancelled, and L 1 cancelled, therefore it will be L square t minus 1. Am I right? L square t minus 1 is a dynamic viscosity of dimensions of kinematic viscosity. If you directly know the dynamic viscosity, kinematic viscosity unit, then what is it? How the kinematic viscosity is measured? It is measured as meter square per second. And if you know this one directly, meter square is a L square and per second is a t raised to minus 1 over. This is also good. Okay, you can come by basic equations, basic parameters, and substitute in that and get, or otherwise directly remember the unit of the parameter, and after that substitute the mlt corresponding to that, then you will get the dimensions. Like that we have many, for example, density, specific weight, dynamic viscosity, pressure intensity, modulus of elasticity, surface tension, shear stress, work, energy, power. Like that many are there. You need to try for them with the basics and by knowing their the units. Okay, just refresh what you studied in the previous, or otherwise whatever the parameters I told now, those are all, make a list and make a dimensions of them. Okay, This is enough for the today, and next class we will go to the methods. First we'll understand dimensional homogeneity, then we will go by this Rayleigh's method. Thank you.